Lucky, lucky, lucky me.
Welcome back to Wellness Global and the I Am the Brand Business Accelerator. I am here today with Micki Boberg. Hi, Micki.
Hi, Val. Hi, everyone.
And Micki's going to be joining us in the I Am the Brand Business Accelerator from April 1st to June 30th to help you thrive in your business and have the success and the joy and the satisfaction that you desire. And today I'd like to ask Micki to tell us about yourself, Micki. Tell us who you are.
So I'm a mother of six. We have six kids and we've had 8 exchange students. So I think I do a lot of things in a motherly way, but I also want to make sure that we're taking care of people. We own a 150-acre farm and we run 6 businesses. And so it's always busy in our house and we're always trying to see what we can do to help other people. So
you're the perfect example when people tell me, well, I can't do something because I'm really busy, or I'm not going to be able to because I'm really busy. I'm like, are you really busy?
Well, it's like you give it to a busy person and it will get
Isn't that really true? Yeah, because you learn how to manage your time and your tasks, the busier you be.
On a whole different level. You have to.
Yeah, especially with 6 kids, a farm, and 6 businesses. Yeah. So you're a busy lady. You've got a lot going on, and one of the reasons I invited you to join us in the accelerator is because you come to us with a wealth of business experiences. You've done a little bit of all different types of business, like from in-person brick and mortar to like direct sales, network marketing, like all the different things. And you've learned a lot about business and relationships through that. Talk to us a little bit about your perspective on business and kind of what we're going to be talking about with you in the Business Accelerator.
So I was raised by business owners. My mom and dad were business owners, so were my grandparents. And I think that brought me to respecting customers differently and also seeing them as people and not just customers. And so they're friends and family. And so whenever I started in MLM before I started in a brick and mortar business. And the main thing is I would tell everyone is you have to meet people where they're at. Like you have to find out who they are, what their needs are, how you can help meet those needs, and how you can move forward with that. And so my main thing is to listen to people and get a better understanding of who they are so that I can understand where we need to help them at the best.
So it's a very much a relationship-based approach versus a transactional approach that we see a lot of, especially on social media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really love getting to know who someone is and have that relationship with them and making sure that we can transition as we need to. We can see what they need to change, and really, you never know if you don't know. So you don't know what you don't know. And so it's and we don't want to look at things that we don't want to look at sometimes. So sometimes we have to look at the things we don't know and see where we're being affected. I know that sounds really weird, but that's the best way to move through business and know how to change as we need to change and what we need to do. So,
yeah, and being adaptable is a skill, really, because I was talking to somebody earlier today. They were telling me they had a need, and I was asking if I could introduce them to this certain person who I knew could help meet their need. And immediately she was like, "No, I don't like her." And I was like, "Okay." And it's really came down to my friend just not being ready to make the change, to face what it was that she didn't know yet.
And that's a lot of life, is making sure, and a lot of business too, because sometimes we're not really ready for some of the changes, but we're just kind of like throwing in and you're like, okay, got to make the change. I got to figure out what I need to do. How do we keep on swimming? And so we have to make those changes sometimes. So how do you do that? What do you focus on? And how do you breathe through it sometimes? It would be the thing.
Right. Yeah, I know when I was going through one of my business trainings before we opened our brick and mortar in Roanoke, we had a whole lesson from different business professionals about pivoting. Like that was the key word. Be ready to pivot. If you're not able to pivot in your business, you're probably going to quit, because as we know in some of
Yeah.
our exchanges this past week, sometimes changes come to you. You didn't ask for them and you didn't create them. They just are thrown at you.
Yep. So adaptability, because they're not always your choice. It's the choice that it could be a government agency, it could be a business, another business, it could be product delays, it could be different things that you're like, okay, I'm going to have to deal with this. I am the face of this business, so I'm the person that gets to answer for this. So how do you pivot? And it's a key point of how you do business is how well will you pivot, or how adaptable are you at pivoting? So, and don't get hung up. Like, don't get hung up on things. Like, how can this make you better? I always call it flipping the switch. So if someone comes to me with something, I'm like, okay, so how can we make this better? Let's flip the switch the other way so we can see why it's good for us instead of not a good thing for us. So there's always something good out of it.
And I think that's what makes you a great leader. So you've been leading teams for quite some time and in different business um, experiences that you've been in, and you've grown large teams. Um, and it's because you keep these little morsels of wisdom, like flipping the switch, and you're able to train your team on that. Talk for a minute about leadership and working with groups of people, especially like through changes. What are some of your perspectives on leadership?
So I love working with groups of people. So we do have a large organization in the company that I work with, and I love being able to talk to them, find out about different leaders, and work with different leaders to help them to be a stronger leader and to pivot with their teams and to listen to their teams. And so I love coaching people so that they can see the difference and grow as a person as you're doing this. So it's all about growing. It's all about seeing you and seeing you, you know what I mean? Like, you can help other people to succeed. And when you help other people to shine, it's just going to make you as a leader even shine better, but you're helping those people to shine, and it makes a big difference. And you can see that, like, whenever they have like differences in money coming in, or their relationship with their kids are improving, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's all of that together, and you just see them growing, and you're like, oh yeah, it's almost like your own kids growing, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is even better sometimes. So it's taking that time and watching them and seeing them be resilient and see them make the differences in their life and their choices. So I love also, like, one thing is I like pairing up our business with things that make them the best that they can be too. So whenever we can bring in, like, we can work with our business and then help them to be a better person or help them to feel better and things like that, that makes a big difference too.
So kind of a
So,
holistic approach, like looking at
yeah.
the whole person and all of their needs.
Oh yeah. So there's so much to our physical, our emotional, our spiritual. It all works together, and it just makes us feel better the whole way around whenever you come down to it. So how can we fill your bucket to help you to feel the best in all ways? And it's about being friends first and then business partners. So I'm always like, I tell all my people, like, hey, we're friends first. And if something's not working in business, that's business. And then this is our friendship. And so if I'm working with a leader, I'm going to find out and I'm going to be a part of their family. Like, I feel really a part of a lot of my leaders' families. It's someone I'm going to invite over for dinner and we're going to spend time with. And that's who we need to be with. We need to have that connection so that you can spend time with them and enjoy being with them and know them truly for who they are. So
Yeah. And I've watched you in action in person and at events and things like that too. And it's your own leaders that you're mentoring, but you're very engaged with your leadership, and one thing I love about you is you're like, there's no barrier. You're like, oh, that's the president. I'm just going to go over and talk to them now. And you don't hold back. And I think that's how it should be. We should be
yeah,
willing to be mentored by or learn from or glean from people, and not let these imaginary barriers prevent us from having relationships, because
yeah,
that's really what makes life beautiful.
we're all equal. There's no one that's any better than anyone else. And that's why I'm always like, it doesn't really matter. Everyone is the same. We're all part of one. You know what I mean? So we're all together. So we just need to recognize the greatness in each person. And so everyone has that greatness. It's just bringing that greatness out.
Well, I am excited for you to be in the I Am the Brand Business Accelerator. You guys can find information about that at iamthebrand.info. And Micki's got a promo code. It's her last name, Boberg. So if you enter that in to the promo code spot, you'll save $88 when you join. So you can come in for just $111 for 90 full days of immersion with 39 experts in business, professional development, personal development, across the gamut, from marketing to business building, the nuts and bolts, to spiritual development and somatic experiences that can help you move forward physically in your life so that you can really thrive in your business. So I hope you all will join us. And I know you're probably feeling very inspired after listening to Micki today. So go ahead and check that out now and get started. Any last words, Micki, before we wrap it up for today?
Enjoy your day and have a blessed day would be my main thing.
Awesome. Well, we will talk to you all next time back here on the interview series, and we look forward to seeing you inside the Business Accelerator. Micki and I will be there. So we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Lucky, lucky, lucky me.